right? There's always going to be a remnant of the little fucking bastards that were before. You know what I mean? It's just like when the Soviet Union collapsed, what happened? It was literally like all of the guys turned into fucking oligarchs and bureaucrats, and all of that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So it's like they weren't technically the Communist Party running the show anymore, but it was all the same fucking people just with new titles.
Yeah.
And so that shit happens a lot too. So it could be, I mean, that's one of those situations, like I said, you could never know. There could be they could some mad scientist in the fucking basement of unit somewhere that everybody forgot about, and all of a sudden he gets a hold of it and it's like, oh fuck. Because they also put him in the same corner of the basement so nobody can find him.
Oh, maybe and possibly, but I was just judging it from the last unit person we just went over and saw, and she seems like a pretty
Right, and that one is a bit farther in the future than where Torchwood is. You got to think about the Torchwood we're watching right now is technically majority of it's during the David Tennant time. Because we got started on Torchwood late and we didn't like watching it as much. So we watched less Torchwood than we did Doctor Who. So
I know
this is Torchwood from before a few things.
Again, I'm just going to be constantly reminded of now every single time they do anything petty with money or anything, I'm always going to be reminded of that building.
Yeah, and it's like I compliment your sister's ass one time and I'll never fucking hear the end of it, is what it ends up coming down to.
You?
Yeah,
yes, I know it looks like two bongos glued together, but damn it, I didn't even hear about it.
Just because you can bounce a quarter off that thing from 25 yards doesn't mean I need to be constantly reminded. It's not my fault she can suck a golf ball through a garden hose. My God, some women are just natural vacuums. It's the way things go. Oh, I forgot to show you my knife before we started. Oh, well.
That's cool.
I'll show you afterwards. But yeah, that's fucking great. That's fucking great.
So yeah, I just really hated that one. It's like, it's just an episode to make you feel sad. Fuck you. You're poking at scabs.
Oh, that is fucking great. That is fucking great. Oh man, the fucking poking at scabs. Well, yeah, I mean that's kind of one of the fun things we're good at that. So I'm really hoping that there's something really cool that I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find or not. But
you're late.
Say what?
They're like calling you gay.
Oh, they can call me gay, whatever. But you know what? I blame Sunker. It's always, and you know what? No, we weren't. We've been live for 2.5 minutes. So at most we were like 30 seconds late. At most we were like 30 seconds late. But I gotta go find some Christmas specials too. I forgot about that. Because
it's funny.
I don't have to do it right now.
We've been watching the Christmas specials throughout the entire year. The one time it'd be super appropriate, we forget.
Well, I knew there was one coming. I just wasn't sure if we were going to be able to watch both of them. But yeah, we should be fine. We should be fine with that. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And then next week, which I guess it won't quite be the new year, but I guess it'd be kind of fitting. But we'll be starting the next season, or we can watch an episode of Torchwood and wait until after the new year to start the next season.
Go suck a dick. God damn, I fucking hate Torchwood. Like at most it's passable.
Right. Yeah. Oh. That is at most it's passable. Oh, good. They do have it. Oh, excellent.
Cat 4 on that pause. I'm also at my grandma's house. Oh dear.
Well, don't let grandma hear anything we're talking about.
I'm sorry if I say anything bad.
No, she's not silly enough to. Or I'm assuming Pause. I don't know if Pause is a girl or boy. Either way, but either way, I'm assuming Pause is smart enough not to have us like loud on like an actual speaker. Like that would be a horrible idea.
The things I say. Oh no, my wrong think. Now I'm always wrong and annoying.
Oh well, I mean that's true too. But yeah, the wrong think is the best think. The wrong think is the best think. I don't know what Grant. I don't know if Grant's probably busy with the holidays and shit, which I wouldn't blame him. I think it's one of those things. I don't know who else is going to show up tonight, like even in the chat and stuff, just because of everything going on with Christmas being Wednesday too. And like, for some reason I kept thinking Christmas was like Wednesday evening. For some reason I kept thinking like Wednesday evening was Christmas Eve and not like actual Christmas. So my whole schedule for the last week's been thrown off.
I went over in nature to take the 2 days after Christmas off. I had some floating holidays I needed to employ, and I just need to not be at work.
Fuck yeah. Cool. Well, good. That'll work. So good. So wait. Oh, so you should have taken like the ones for like New Year's Eve day off. That's what you should have taken off.
And I can try to go over and take New Year's off as well.
No,
I'll
I'm
just
just
have to do that
kidding.
in my vacay time as well.
No,
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 I
enjoy what
should.
you've got scheduled. I was just I was I was just thinking out loud because we'll be doing some drinking streams after New Year's and stuff or before New
Oh,
Year's
nice.
like this week.
Wow.
Like this, well, actually, it'll be this weekend. It'll next weekend, I guess. Well, technically, it is Sunday, so this weekend. But yeah, so we'll find some
Well,
fun to get in.
I'll go over and I'll ask for those days off too because
Nah,
I just need some time away from work and to
I
not
don't blame
think
you for
about
that.
work.
I don't blame you for that one bit. It gets overwhelming sometimes. It really does. It's kind of wild.
And it's bad because I had the near fire scare, so it's just like fuck. I don't
Oh
want
yeah,
to take a break and then
yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like you said, you've got to take them either way, right? So
yeah. I don't know.
yeah,
Anyways, we're not
that's the way it goes.
here for that. We're here for something else.
Oh yeah, that's right. We've got some like Doctor Who shit or something to get into. I don't know. We've got some stuff to get into. I don't know what Mr. Grant Gregory's got going on tonight, but we do got a couple of cool episodes, and I was able to find the little post-credit scene that I was hoping for too, which I think is really, really good. And I think it's gonna be, I think it's just chef's kiss kind of ending for all of this kind of stuff this evening. So well, what?
All right.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Nothing. I was just checking. I thought you were gonna say something. So all right, well, that's fine then. We're just going to go ahead and get started then, boys and girls. That's where we're at tonight. That's where we're at. 7:07 p.m. Not bad. Not a bad start. Not a bad start. Because boys and girls, after a long week of insanity, it's time for another beautiful edition of When Who Was Good.
In the heart of the cosmos, where time and space collide, the Doctor and his TARDIS forever to glide. From the streets of London to the far edges of space, with Rose, Martha and Donna, through time they chase. Daleks and their fury, Cybermen, steel and cold, the mysteries of Bad Wolf, stories untold. To the planet of New Earth and the fires of Pompeii, through the shadows of the vast, and they're right that they find their way. Back when who was good, those were the days. Adventures through time, a wondrous haze. The Doctor and his companions, a tale so grand. In the show where the universe was at their command, Jesse, the common nerd with a vision so bright, guiding through the episodes into the night. The maiden Sunker with insights to unveil, and Mr. Grant Gregory with lore to irrigate. Back when who was good, those were the days. Adventures through time, a wondrous haze. The Doctor and his companions, a tale so grand. In the show, a day universe was at their command. From the Battle of Canary Wharf to the end of time, where heroes and legends in their prime. A Sakurax invasion and the last Dalek stand, with the Doctor at cold that he hands undone. Back when who was good, those were the days. Adventures through time, a wondrous haze. The Doctor and his companions, a tale so grand. In the show, a day universe was at their command. From the Battle of Canary Wharf to the end of time, where heroes and legends in their prime.
So, all of time and space, everything that ever happened or ever will, where do you want to start?
Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas, boys and girls. Welcome to another wonderful edition of When Who Was Good, ladies and gentlemen. Our wonderful little break from all of the insanity going on in the world. Remembering that, yes, boys and girls, there is good media out there. There's good television out there. There are good things to watch among all of the absolute garbage that we have to talk about constantly and that we constantly look at throughout the news. So that's what we're here to do tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a very, very special episode, boys and girls. Grab your tissues because you're gonna need them, and this is not going to be happy tissues. This is going to be the Pawns. Yes, the Pawns. Amy and Rory's last episode is this evening. This is the Angels Take Manhattan, and it is going to be an epic episode. It is absolutely insane. I always end up thinking this is a two-part episode because there is so much that goes on in it, but it is not. It is a single-part episode. So not only in addition to that, we will, as myself being a generous and kind common nerd overlord, will grant our dear sweet Sunker Maiden a Christmas present. We will not torture her with Torchwood tonight, and we will carry on with the Christmas special because, well, it's Christmas, and it also gives me an excuse to watch a Christmas special. And it lined up just perfectly. So it's kind of funny. God has a funny sense of humor, and it actually turns out we actually do have a Christmas special lined up tonight that I'd completely forgotten about, that there was going to be one after the Angels Take Manhattan. So we're going to have a Christmas special tonight as well, and I didn't have to go dig one out of a random season just to fill the void. So yeah, boys and girls, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fabulous time. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat. But before we get involved with that, my wonderful, fabulous co-host, Mr. Grant Gregory, is probably not going to be here tonight. He's out there fighting the emo wars, doing the good thing. He's in the trenches. Fortunately enough, Elon is supposed to be sending Starlink, probably to the emus first, but he's an equal opportunity, so probably the Australian resistance will get it eventually. So eventually he will be able to report from the trenches, but until then, Mr. Grant Gregory is on hiatus. So until we have his wonderful guest star back, we have our dear sweet Sunker Maiden. So how's my runner-up doing? How was your day?
I love being the spare. My day's doing pretty good. I did a KOTOR stream, then I went over and did royalties and refugees and royalties, and now I am here. And thank you very much because I am sick and tired of Torchwood. I am done. Very much done.
I love it. I believe it. I don't blame you one bit. Yeah, we had fun. I posted some pictures in my Discord earlier. I got some of my Christmas presents early because well, so what happens is my in-laws are. I just wanted an excuse to show my knife off on screen. My in-laws are moving. They found a new house to get closer to work. And so like there's a bunch of stuff they don't want to take. So I got like 2 like double-decker toolboxes. I've got like 5 million like extra new tools. I've got all this new paint. I found an airbrush gun, like
those are
yeah.
good.
Right. I don't know if it's any good or not, but we're going to find out. Like, I'm going to clean it up and it's free. So either way, it's like, yeah, I'm going to at least give it a try. If nothing else, it can work to like at least, prime things. You know what I mean? If nothing else, it can work to prime things if I can't do anything fancy with it. So yeah, and then like a whole bunch of other stuff that I got to go through. I got like more camping gear now. I got a bunch of cool Coleman lanterns I can go ooh and scare the shit out of the kids with. And so yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun weekend. My Christmas came early. It's been great. Oh, so yeah, like I said, yeah, it's a nice knife. Thank you, this eccentric. That was a nice knife. Thank you. Yeah, I just gotta I literally was like sitting on a shelf in there, so I just gotta and I got a bunch of woodworking tools now too. So like I gotta make a handle for it now. Yeah, I gotta make me a handle for it. So I don't know if I want to go like bone because like that just kind of like throws back to my roots, or if I want to get something a little fancier now that I got some woodworking tools. I don't know. I gotta start drawing some stuff out and see what I think. But either way, that's freaking cool. That's a hell of a cool find. So speaking of hell of a cool finds, let's say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat. Boys and girls, looks like this eccentric with his bees in the chat over on Rumble was probably in here first. Said, when beware Borthaniel. I have no idea what that is. Borthaniel? Beware Borthaniel. I don't know this eccentric. He's on his own little universe sometimes, so that's okay. That's why we love him.
Be the type who loves Torchwood and creature commanders. Well, that's his own problem. Everyone has a really, really shite take. That's the shite take.
Oh, I don't know who Borthaniel is, but that's funny. John Washburn, what's going on, buddy? Oh, and as a friendly reminder, boys and girls, I just dropped that link in the chat earlier on the YouTube side because of YouTube's bots and all of that kind of stuff. The way their algorithm gets abused, and obviously people have been talking about that with the Superman trailer, like literally all last week, like how screwed up Warner Brother. Like, we're trying to promote your crap here, and your copyright claiming the living fuck out of us. So because of that, and because YouTube system does get abused over there all the time, you will have to join us over on Rumble for the full episode because this is a watch along. It is a review, so it is absolutely fair use, falls within all of those legal realms. But because we know how YouTube's bots and all that kind of stuff is, and how much that stuff can damage a channel's algorithm, we're not going to bother with it over there. So we'll give you a little bit of a tease at the beginning of it. So just a little tease, just a little bit, just let's see what happens. Just a tip, just see if you like it. And then if you do, you can join us over on Rumble, and you don't even have to create an account. You can just click the link and you can watch on your browser. You won't be able to participate in chat, but you'll still be able to watch, still be able to hear our dumbasses rant about all this kind of stuff and everything else, and watch the episode along with us. But if you want to join the ramp over there, just an email address, password. It's not hard. Push up, support free speech over there on Rumble, which is always a great thing. And obviously, Rumble was our fallout shelter. Rumble deserves all of our support and more, because they were the only thing that has kept this channel running. When my last YouTube channel got nuked, everybody knew where to go, because we talked about that with Rumble the entire time. It's always good backup to have. And so, yeah, shout out to all of our folks over there on Rumble, and shout out to a CEO that hangs out in chats and responds to questions.
Yes.
Rick, you're the man. That is awesome. That is so
That's actually one of the very bad things with some companies, is when people who are making the major decisions get too cut off from their own user base, and they have to rely on an in between, a middleman, as it were, to go over and get all their inputs. So that actually causes a lot of problems. It causes desync, and that's how you see company people going over and backing up stuff that they actually don't believe in, but they think it'll go over and help sell things.
Absolute fact. Absolute fact. What's up, Cat Hat on Pause? What's going on? Good to see you, Pause. Good to see you, Pause. Glad you made it in this evening as well. Haven't seen you too much lately, but I'm glad you made it in this weekend at least. Parathis, aka La Vistro, one of our very fine channel subscribers over there on Rumble, which, boys and girls, you can do that for another just a simple $5 or less a month, depending on what platform you're on. You can be part of the grease between our gears, keeping this machine running. If we get to 100 of those, then we'll be able to keep the lights on around here indefinitely. We'll be able to keep the grease flowing forever and be able to plan long term and do all kinds of other fun stuff. So please, boys and girls, consider that. It says 3 minutes late and 3 minutes gayer. Hey, you know what? It's not my fault the Rumble notification doesn't go out until like 2.5 to 3 minutes after we start the stream. We literally click go live at like 7:01. So bite me, La Vistro. I love you, buddy.
Just a minute gay.
Exactly. Just a minute gay. I mean, who hasn't been gay for at least a minute in their life? I mean, let's be completely honest. You know what I mean? Like, it's happened, right? Like, let's be honest. Wow. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Kendon B, what's going on, buddy? Yeah. Hey, I'll say you were covering this episode and had to come in so I could totally not cry a bunch. I know, right, Kendon? I know.
That's real gay. Yeah.
I know, right? I know. Oh, I know. That's what I was saying. I'm gonna be cutting onions with my new knife over here. I want to be cutting onions with a new knife over here. That's all I'm doing. Trying to help with dinner while I'm streaming. Yeah, exactly. Good to see you, Kendon. Good to see you, buddy. Glad you made it in. And yes, there's the link for that, boys and girls. Let's see, let me pin it. Yeah, there's the link for that. Join us over on the Rumble. There you go for that. I still need to watch Capaldi. I heard he was a good doctor, but just had bad writing. Yeah, some of the episodes are kind of shite. Not gonna lie, some of the episodes are kind of shite, but like he makes up for it in like every episode. It's like when you have an actor that's that good, like you'll have that actor. People be like, well, they always steal the scene. They always steal the scene in every they always steal it every scene they're in, right? And the nice part about that is Capaldi does that. The nice part is, though, he's the lead actor, so he's in every scene. So it makes even the bad writing kind of tolerable because he's just so fucking good at doing it all. So yeah,
They also with Capaldi,
we'll get there. We're gonna get there.
With Capaldi, he kind of has one of my most favorite speeches of the Doctor, and it actually kind of countermands what Moffat kind of set up with the Doctor, of him being kind of this Superman, Uberman, like kind of thing that was going on, and then Capaldi kind of helped stop and reset that, which I very much appreciated. With that one speech.
Yeah, and Capaldi got some great speeches. Capaldi got some incredible episodes. Like, not even gonna lie, like it might have some of the worst of like what we would still consider good Who, before the Chibnall era, before the dark times, before the Disney.
It was like watching your dad go through a midlife crisis. It's like, right. oh no.
But like, so it's one of those things. Like, it's also got I would argue, some of the best episodes of New Who as well. There are some that I'm telling you, like Grand Slam all the way out of the park and like into the next zip code, dude. Like, there are some really bangers in there, so we'll get to them though. We're on our way. We're trucking along. We're doing quite well. We're gonna end up on freaking classic Who before I won't say next year, but I meant like 2026. Griffin says, hi there. Hi, I'm here. Not sure how much I'll watch, lying down every so often. However, this is goodbye, Raggedy Man. Amen, brother. Hey man, yeah, Griffin. Yep. I know, and Griffin's not feeling so good, so he was there during the Bible study too. But yeah, he's not. He's under the weather. There's this eccentric. There he is. Good to see you, buddy.
Hello.
There you go. There's Kendon. Now he's over on Rumble. There we go, buddy. There you go. I forgot that Nerd's channel is more pooping over here on YouTube. Over here versus YouTube. That makes sense. Yeah, there's definitely.
I think he meant to say poppin'.
No. He's right. There's a lot more shit in my chat over there on Rumble. I'll tell you that fucking much right now. So you had it right the first time, buddy. You had it right the first time. Yeah, it's like popping. Nah, man, you had it right the first time. I'm telling you, man. Angels Take Manhattan is so good, but I always had to bawl when I watch it. Hey, you're like, I'm glad you're man enough to admit that, Kendon. I'm glad you're man enough to admit that. Oh, it's a nice life. Thank you, Six Eccentric. Thank you. There you go. Parathis, Australia turns in guns. Emus attack. Coincidence? This is why Americans don't turn in guns. We got grizzlies. We got grizzlies. Take notes, Grant, and good luck against the emus with that spatula.
Well, actually, two things on that. Apparently, you would have more luck fighting off an emu with a sword than a gun. Probably because
that actually makes a lot of sense.
It's because of the feathers. It makes it hard to tell where the center body mass is. So if you're just using a sword.
Yeah, you're just going for that long ass neck that's literally like 3 feet long. It's not like you don't have plenty of space to cut. You know, it's like it's not going to exactly be hard to hit somewhere in there. Yeah, that's what emus never expected. The sword. That's why their necks are so long.
My God. But and also like what is it with Canada and Australia going over and continuing to go over and infringe on people's rights? What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
I love that Canada finally just broke down and is losing its shit and finally fighting back, and maybe they'll finally be able to go over and regain some freedom.
We're in the civilian world now, Levistro, and then even worse, we're in the fellowship. If you're not late, you're early. Or if you're not late, yeah, you're early. And if you're late, you're on time. You know what I mean? Like that's how this works around here. Have you not met this? Have you not met this?
No, a wizard arrives precisely when they mean to.
That's my girl. That's right.
Dude, I've been going to sleep to Lord of the Rings for like the past 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, you've been listening to the audiobooks, right?
And
yeah.
It's amazing because every time I go to bed, I wake up, there's always something interesting happen. And it's never fucking boring. There's nothing boring going on.
That's great. Oh no, absolutely not. What's up, John Washburn? Says Merry Christmas all. Merry Christmas, John. Merry Christmas, John. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. I like this. Wallaroo. Oh, wait. Nerd and Sucker on YouTube. I'm on the wrong platform. Let me fix that. I love that.
Crap, I keep forgetting. I shouldn't be cursing yet.
Oh, you're fucking fine. It's not a big deal. Dude, I don't know if it was the as rant we used so many times on Creature Commandos like a couple of weeks ago, or if we were just swearing a lot because we hated that last episode so fucking much. But like we got, and that would have had to been like in like the first 30 minutes. But I actually got my first yellow mark of sadness from YouTube. Since I've got monetized again. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to fight it. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not even going to fight it. Nope.
Don't get too cocky, bro. Don't get too cocky.
Most of the time because it's alive, it's just the bots. And if you click review, it's almost 99% of the time. You almost always get it pulled back and put back to green. But I'm just like, you know what? Nah, I'm going to leave it. I ain't got one of them in a while. I'm just going to leave that one. Oh, I love that. There he is. That's better. Roy Rat. There we go. Now I see Nerd and Sucker where I'm used to seeing him. Back home on Rumble. There you go, Roy. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see ya. Animation Overload. What's going on, buddy? He says, hail all. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Animation Overload. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. I was nearly contaminated by the U-Lube. Oh, don't let that happen, Roy Rat. Don't let that happen. Don't let that happen. Hey, there you are. I am Democracy Manifest. What's going on, Manifest? Good to see you. Hello, Manifest. Glad you made it. Manifest was hanging out with me almost the entire night last night when I was playing Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, yeah. I saw you doing that.
I played that with Spartacus. Spartacus bought me that and Batman Arkham Origins for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So he got me both of those. So we started playing, and I've been waiting for Cyberpunk forever. That was one of those ones I was super anticipated for. I was super excited for it. And then when it came out, it was just like crater. And I'm like, oh. And so now like I'm playing it last night. I'm like, yes, this is great. And the worst part is like I kind of was running through it a little too fast. Like I should have done some more side missions and stuff because I jumped into something a little too fast. And I'm like, well, this is a good place to stop the game either way. We literally were playing for I was up until like 2:00 in the morning last night playing. We played for like 5.5 hours and I had church this morning.
I would say Cyberpunk is like 2077. That one is it's a little bit like a No Man's Sky, a little bit, where when everyone first got it, it pissed everyone off because of how fucking bad and broken it
Right.
was.
Yeah.
And it's better now, say kind of like how No Man's Sky is better now.
Right.
I don't like it per se, but
What,
that's
Cyberpunk?
just because I'm a stickler. Yeah, because I compare it to Cyberpunk 2020, I think it was.
Oh.
And that actually had like the dystopian thing, and I liked the stylizing more. I liked everything about it more than what 2077 was. But yeah, that game
I
went
don't
over
know.
and suffered from. Go ahead.
I don't know anything about the older one. But yeah, no, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Oh yeah, it was a tabletop. That's where Johnny Silverhand comes from.
Right.
But you can go over and see if you look at the development cycle of Cyberpunk from CD Projekt Red, you'll see what happens where very poor managing, you start seeing them cut stuff out a lot. It wasn't just supposed to be Johnny Silverhand. There were supposed to be other people involved as well, other people from the tabletop game that were going to be put into this game. That got cut out, and things were written and changed up. So it's not terrible now kind of a thing.
So one of my theory was that the Keanu Reeves insert shit is kind of what broke and bugged the game out. Like and this is strictly from me looking completely into it from the outside. I don't know shit about this from the backside, but this was me as like, even before I started reporting on any of this kind of stuff. But I was looking, I was like, it just felt like to me that the Keanu Reeves thing felt like something that marketing was forcing in at the last minute, and that's one of the things that screwed up the multiple endings and everything else, because everything had to lead back to Keanu Reeves, because Keanu Reeves had to be a central part of this figure, because they thought the game wouldn't sell without him. So that was my theory. That was my 40,000 view foot, not knowing shit else. That was just my theory, because like they thought the game couldn't do it on its own. And even then, before I ever knew anything about Keanu Reeves being in that game, I was fucking stoked out of my mind. And then all of a sudden the marketing flipped to, and all of a sudden the marketing flipped and it was Keanu Reeves. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened here?
Yeah, and going out through that whole cycle, how they were going over and fighting with the fucking weirdo trans people that were the trans activist people who were going over and getting mad at everything. Like they showed a positive thing towards in a trans advertisement of like, mix it up, the drink, and it showed a very clearly trans person, and they're like, how dare you sexualize trans people? It's just like, oh my god, you will bitch about anything. You will bitch about every single fucking thing. And here's the thing, Cyberpunk, it's supposed to be dystopian. It's supposed to be kind of shit like Blade Runner. It's supposed to be offensive on purpose.
Yep. Exactly. They just don't get it. That's what happens. They don't understand the source material. That's when anybody wants to know what we mean by a fucking tourist. That's what we mean by a fucking tourist. Okay. That kind of bullshit. Because I've seen these people from like some of the Warhammer communities go, well, that tourist is a word I never really heard until. Well, that's because you never fucking had them until recently. Before it was legitimate people interested. And then you had legitimate tourists come in that their only goal was to corrupt your fandom and fuck shit up and come in there and find something to be offended by. That's why you didn't hear it until recently, because now they fucking exist. You might call them active. You think, well, they're just trying to be taller. There's no. You silly little boy. I'm sorry you've only stayed in your one bubble of your one fandom and haven't paid attention to shit else that's been happening to every other fucking fandom. I'm sorry. Well, I don't think it can happen there. You know what? There's a whole lot of civilizations that have said that over the centuries and over the millennia too. And guess what? They ain't fucking here no more either. So yes, it can happen here too. Canada's strange mix.
I will also go over and back up with Roger Laser. Like, no, everyone really did love Keanu. It was just, I really do think there was poor managing and poor pacing and poor dealing with the game development that caused the problem. Because everyone fucking loved Keanu. Because when he popped out, this was also when everyone was getting railed all the time with game developers saying, fuck you. The whole time, the game buying customer base was being told to go fuck themselves. And then Keanu goes on stage and he's like, you're breathtaking. And everyone's just like, yeah.
That's because that's what he does. Yeah, that's what he's good at. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, that was my opinion with knowing absolutely nothing. That was just that was my theory, is what it was, without not knowing shit. So Canada's a strange mix of rigid loyalty to the government and serious individuality. Think I'm making things up? Consider this: 40 million citizens, 4 million square miles, top 20 in space to population. Yeah. Yeah, because there's so few people. Yeah, there's so few people. There's so much area in case, but there's so much of it that's unhospitable too. So,
Yeah, it's like
that's
some of
true.
it's like frozen fuck off landia that you would never want to be in the first place. Only Eskimos would be able to survive.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I curse all the time. Imagine how bad his girl boss talked Vader's ass. No warning from YouTube. Whoopsie. Oh, that is great. Roy Rat. Hope the Aussies get their society back. I still want to visit there someday before I croak out. I'm with you on that one, Roy. Yeah, me too. Me too. My PFP is a pic of my V from Cyberpunk. Nice, man. Oh, that. Oh, no shit. Your profile picture. Oh, cool. That's your V from Cyberpunk. Dope. Democracy Manifest. I've looked at that several times. That's really cool. I didn't realize that. That's awesome. Let me know when you complete it. I have a cheat to get the multiple player achievements since the server was shut down. It says Parathis. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, buddy, for Batman Arkham Origins. Cool. Thank you. There we go. Plus, like Canadia's history during World War I and World War II, massive participation in both troops and productions, very anti-totalitarianism in other countries than their own. Yeah. Yeah. Well, hell, they backed us in Iraq and Afghanistan, too. So, yeah. Grant also says he'll be with you guys soon. All right. Thank you, Manifest. Oh, look at that. Speak of the devil. Well, there he is. Now he's back. There we go.
You have to remember to
Whoa, there we go. Right? You got to stop. You got to stop showing us where your pocket pussy's done. How you doing, Mr. Grant Gregory? What's going on, buddy?
Oh yeah, doing good. What about yourself?
Pretty good. Having a good time. It was a good day today. I got a new knife.
Even better.
Yeah. So, yeah. Needs a handle, but that's okay. I can do that. That's not a big deal.
It's the pointy end that's the important part.
Right, exactly. And this thing's actually pretty fucking sharp, especially for being in a garage for a long ass time. I was actually rather surprised. So there you go. Rad says, are you blaming Keanu? How dare you, sir? No, I wasn't blaming Keanu. I was blaming the marketing department. As usual. No, more often than not. No, I'm almost always blaming the marketing department. No, I love Keanu Reeves. I think he's great. Jedi Survivor. There we go.
When are you doing your next Cyberpunk?
I don't know. Normally we do gaming on Monday nights, but I've got, which reminds me, I should probably talk about this before we jump into everything else. I've got Words of Paradise is show tomorrow night. Me and 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser are going to be on there, his little Monday show. So we'll be over there at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'll probably be having to edit videos, but I don't know. Maybe Christmas Eve. I don't know, but it depends how much news is going on Christmas Eve. I'll see if I can find some news to talk about, but if not, maybe I'll do like a daytime stream for that or something. But no, I definitely next time I do a gaming stream, it'll be Cyberpunk, for sure. So whenever that ends up being, we might do one on Christmas Day. We might do.
Well, yeah,
one,
you just got to the start of the game now, so.
Yeah, I know. That was the funny part too. I love that everybody's like trying to psych me out in the chat. Oh no, game over. I'm like, guys, this game's 4 years old. Okay. There isn't anything that's going to be much of a spoiler to me here. Okay. Like I've never watched anybody play it. I've never watched any playthroughs. Right. But like all of a sudden I'm speaking like Keanu Reeves. I'm like, yeah, I knew that was coming. Okay. Like, but yeah,
I found it very surprising that one ending wasn't available in Cyberpunk. I was just like, oh, well, that's odd.
There you go. That's right. That's a Texas table knife. That's right. That is right.
Yeah, I was a little worried for you when you went to your character creation screen. I'm just like, you do realize they do show full frontal nudity in it, so.
Well, fortunately enough, I didn't have that problem, and I was a guy, so I didn't have to worry about, and I didn't ever bother with the pants. We can have
willies too now. It's 2077. It's current year.
No.
The future.
It's still not a man. I mean, it might be a woman with I can see a cyberpunk willy on there. Yeah, sure. Okay. That's the step up from strap-ons for fucking lesbians, dude. Why bother getting a strap on when you can get a literal bolt on, so fuck.
Well, that was actually the really fun thing with cyberpunk. It was just when people talk about transhumanism, like it's not like fucking Dan Brown, the fucking idiot who went over and it's like, this person really thought about transhumanism, like transcending humanity, and you only like Dan Brown. I got really mad when he started trying to use transhumanism for one of his villains.
The magician guy?
Not Dan. I might be getting it mixed up. The guy who wrote Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, that's Dan Brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he wrote a couple other books with the same character, and they're fucking terrible.
God, I didn't read them.
yeah, but like cyberpunk is an excellent study in transhumanism, where you start replacing parts of yourself, and what makes a human human anymore when you're able to take out literally almost everything and become like more machine than man.
Yeah. And I mean, you see examples of that, and like I said, I've watched Edge Runner, right? Which I love, Cyberpunk Edge Runner. If you haven't watched that on Netflix, that's fucking incredible. Like I've watched that like 3 times, and I don't generally watch shows more than once, and that shows you how good that one was. I would literally, like, if somebody hadn't seen it, I'd be like, let's go, we're gonna go sit down and watch this fucking shit right now.
I guess we can watch that after Creature Commandos.
That might have. Oh, have you never seen it?
No. I don't watch video game TV shows. I mean, the last one I watched was Castlevania.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, we've only got like 3 episodes left on Creature Commandos. Yeah, we are so doing Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Oh my god, it is so good. Oh, trust me, you're gonna love me after fucking hating me for porting you through Creature Commandos. You're gonna fucking love me when I put you through Cyberpunk Edge Runner.
There's so much shite, sir.
I know. Trust me. This one's good from beginning to ending. I swear. It's
but
good
at least you've got something good like Torchwood to fall back on.
Fuck you, Gregory! You son of a bitch!
Let her fucking go. Fucking wind her up and let her go. Oh, I love it.
How dare you! Face become flesh and red. That's how you yell, cry, scream. Engage you protocol.
Oh, that is fucking great. Oh, Kathleen Kennedy. I totally missed that in context. There you go. You got it now, Roy. There you go. All these prison island accents sound the same. I agree with you on that one, Red. I agree with you on that one. So.
Oh, no. I like Canadian sounds a little bit like they have both Australia and Canada has their own kind of accents. And once it's said by certain people, it sounds very sweet and nice. But you run into very, very nice Canadians and Australians. But there's a very distinct difference between the two.
Grant doesn't believe it. He thinks you're lying.
I am lying. Well, no, I know like 2.
No, I don't think you're lying. I just don't think you're telling the truth.
I know like 2. I know you and Shadiversity. My 2.
So you know one asshole and one Mormon is what you're trying to tell me.
Yes, one asshole, one Mormon.
All right, cool. I also know Major Kill. I also know of Major Kill as well, but he's also an asshole. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, y'all are just fucking for nothing. Like the only good ones that I know that used to live in Australia now live in New Zealand. So like those are the other nice ones. So yep. It's a bunch of fucking prison colony assholes. Oh, there we go. All right.
Wow, should expect that from a bloody Canadian.
Oh, that's fucking great. Oh, that's not the right tab. That's not the right tab either. This is also not the right tab. Oh, Creature Commandos. We definitely don't want that one. Torchwood. There we go. Torchwood.
Fuck you. God damn it. Fucking show that's designed to
not right now. The cameras are still on. Oh my god. Oh, that is fucking great. Oh yeah. Oh, that is fucking great. That is fucking great.
You are correct. Right. You are correct, Griffin. George Lucas is not innocent.
No, God, no.
He went over. He got butthurt. This actually came up earlier in my KOTOR stream. He got 100% butthurt about everyone giving the prequels shit, and the prequels did deserve to get shit for what they did.
Absolutely.
And he wanted to be able to create for Star Wars, but not get yelled at. So that's why he sold it to Disney. But but Kathleen Kennedy, who was kind of the go-between that helped foster that deal, did fuck him. So he was a butthurt bitch that got fucked.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So there you go. That's how things go. That's the way the cookie crumbles, man. That's the problem with these IPs, being, I mean, well, I think it was like back in like the early, what was it, like the back in the early 1800s and shit like that. Like your intellectual property rights didn't last past like 10 or 20 years.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that was a life expectancy though.
No, it was not. That is such a misnomer, because the problem is the reason why they get that number is because what they do is they average out everybody instead of taking the median. And because there were so many deaths during birth back then, which even then the numbers aren't near as high as what they say, but because there were so many deaths in childhood from like childhood diseases and accidents and all this other kind of stuff, right? So they don't take the median age of the average person's life expectancy.
Nah, that's just mean, man.
Yeah, I'm going to give you one. So no, it's actually, yeah, like obviously our life expectancy has increased, especially in like the last century or so, but it's not like everybody was dying at 30. You know what I mean? And like, that's the way they present the statistics. That's what makes you think everybody was dead by 30. And it's like, no, that's not the case. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, mean man.
It's misconceptions like that, especially about population control and everything, that's caused a lot of damage to a lot of first world countries because they have been brainwashed to believe certain things.
Yep.
And it's very sad and it's very disappointing. And I'm hoping now people are going to readjust and reshift and recognize that some of the numbers don't add up.
Yep. There you go. Yep, that's the problem. That's why you always got to dig deeper. Don't believe the headlines, boys and girls. You have to dig past deeper than the headlines. All right. So, boys and girls, if you're over on YouTube, hurry up, get over to Rumble because we're about to cut you off. But we're going to give you just a little tease, just a tip, just to see how you feel like it or not. Angels take Manhattan, boys and girls.
New York, the city of a million stories. Half of them are true, the other half just haven't happened yet.
And the third half are all made up.
New York City!
New York City. I do love the noir intro to this, though. Like, I absolutely do. I love the typewriter. I love the whole noir throwing back to like the gumshoe kind of days. Like you're waiting for the PI and the fucking gorgeous woman in a sexy dress with a cigarette to walk through the freaking door right now. And, you know, she's going to tell you her lover's gone missing and she just doesn't know what happened. And you
sorry. I need to go get some letters back from them.
That's right. Exactly.
He's a bad man.
She's nothing but trouble, but you can't help but help her anyway, because that's just what those kind of dresses do to a man. So yeah, boys and girls, here's your intro. There's your intro. There's your little tease if you're over on YouTube. So please, if you're over on YouTube, jump over to Rumble because it's been fun. We love you. You're great for growth, but the only thing you're good for is growing us, because after that, you don't like to let us finish.